Hey coaches, got a special treat. First time ever, I've got a guest speaker on today. This is an old buddy of mine, George Coltharp, who is currently the offensive coordinator at Fairmont High School in North Carolina, and he is a Hal Mumby disciple, and he's going to talk today about quick screens. Coach?
Appreciate it, Coach Silas. Thanks for having me in. Quickly, guys, just want to talk about the reasons why we have the screen game in the air raid. Really three main reasons. We want to attack all parts of the field. You know, the thing about the air raid is you want to stretch the field vertically and horizontally. We want to make the game smaller. If I can make it a 3-on-3 football game, then it's easier for me to win if I try to beat you 11 on 11. And then obviously the benefit is that we can look for or create leverage on the defense. Try to get outside of them as fast as we can, and those things. Two big keys about the screen game, I think, is that it's easily taught and it takes little investment. And those of us who are air raid guys, we live by this principle of the magic rep, getting to that number of reps where you get comfortable with doing things. And so when we put something in the offense, we have to take something out because, you know, time is finite and you only have a little bit of time. So the screen game is something you can add to the offense without really investing a ton of time. And then obviously one of the main reasons, Coach Mummy talks about this a lot, is that it neutralizes dominant defensive linemen. You can run a guy one way, come back, run a guy next way, and on third down you might be able to block him and passing down situations like that. And in my offense, we run three major screens, and those would be the fast screens, the pedal or bubble screens, and then the last one, which Coach Mummy calls surge screens, and that's kind of our quick screen game. Looking at our fast screen, basically what we're doing is we're looking at leverage with our X. You know, he's either going to open up in a now. If the guy is way off, there's no need to retrace. If he presses, we'll drive hard, retrace, turn, and try to get upfield. Coach Brewer, when he was at Carolina, used to talk about team 4, getting those 4 yards for the team, and that's really what we want to do. We want to catch that ball, turn double play out to the X receiver, and get in and get out as fast as we can. You know, we always tell them, hey, look, just stay away from the bad guys. You know, stay away from these guys. We don't want to get back in here in this screen. We want to get there, get to the sideline. What we tell H is this. We want you to go flat for 5 no matter what. And in our air raid, we always teach the H or the inside receiver to have his inside foot back. So it's almost like a pull step for a guard because his post foot is already back. He's going to pull wide and come flat for 5 and block the most dangerous. And generally what that ends up being is the corner. There's 2 different ways that you can do the offensive line. We've done them both ways. Coach Mummy likes to take the F and move him up here and actually have him lead the alley. I particularly like to use F and flash him across the quarterback's face, which kind of holds the inside linebackers. And then what we do is we free release the tackle. He's going to go flat for 5 and then go get the first bad guy. And then the guard, what we tell him is check your defender for weapons. So if he has a 3 technique, he's going to go 1,001, 1,002, and then he's going to get flat and then try to clean up right here. Everybody else is going to be base on backside, big on big. If you do lead F up into the alley, most people will just block inside or outside zone with that guy. And so that's our fast screen. Another nice little wrinkle out of the fast screen, let's say we go early and we want to run H Roger on this deal. And so for us, that would just be a 2, and then we just give the H sign, so it'd be 2H. And so in this deal, let's say we have a press here, and then you kind of have this guy, but then the safety's way back. What we can do on this deal is we can even outside release him or go block here. He can do the retrace step, and we go flat for 5 here, and you can actually throw the fast screen to number 2 out of early, which is not a bad look on that one as well. Our pedal screens, a few years ago, I went down to UNC Pembroke and saw their wide receiver coach, Jamie Deese, who's now down at West Florida. And they weren't bubbling anymore. They were pedaling it. And so for us, that's really easy because he just takes that, he pivots off the front foot, and now he's going to pedal and sprint backwards. it's an easier throw for your quarterback, in my opinion. So that's why we pedal. And so in pedaling, all we're going to do is tell X now, hey, go block the most dangerous guy. He'll pedal out. We put pedal screens on the back of any of our front side runs a lot of times, and we give the quarterback the opportunity, if this guy is pressed up, we can check that to the Larry Roger instead of the pedal, but we'll pedal this guy. You know, I've seen people put pedal screens and then run speed option behind them and do different things like that. Just this influences defenses so much, and if you have a flat defender over here, whether, you know, a lot of 3-4 teams, that weak outside linebacker, if he's not honoring that, that's a good way to catch. And then if this guy just gets in the way, get a couple of yards. We don't block it any way in particular. There are some times where you can maybe get trip sets and X block the pedal screen and do some different things like that. But for us, the pedal screen is a big deal. The last screen we're going to talk about is what we call surge. Surge to me is pretty fun because it's a double screen. And so it works kind of like this. F is going to come here. These guys are going to block. You get a free release from the tackle. The quarterback is going to read the end man on the line of scrimmage. If he flies in like this, he's just going to turn, throw it to F on the swing, and keep it moving. Backside, he's going to go flat for 5. He's going to move, turn, retrace, come underneath. These guys are 1001, 1002, 1003. He's going to stay on, release, 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 and come through. And so now you have the tunnel. So the quarterback's action will be here, release, and then if the guy widens out, he'll fade, turn, and throw the tunnel screen back on the other side. Another cool way to get into this, though, would be like to go 2-back blue. And in this case, let's go blue flip and put Z over here. Put the Y there, F, and H. You can now take H and zoom him out there hard. And you can use him as the front side read on the pedal screen, bring him back across to hold this guy, and now you're here, and you got a nice little surge screen on the backside right there. So these are some of the ways we run quick screen. We also will run some slow screen, but not a lot. I feel like fast screens are really good for us. I would rather handle the blitz with the shallow cross and things like that than try, because tailback screens to me take a lot of timing and a lot of time investment. You can practice these things pretty easy. Maybe we'll do another video to show you some of the drills that we use at some point to practice this technique. But like I said, easily taught, little investment. It'll help you attack all parts of the field, make the game smaller, and look forward to create leverage. Thanks.